Okay, that is really bright. To reposition. Okay, so today is Thursday. It's a bit unusual for me to be starting a vlog on a Thursday, but I am going to London tomorrow on Friday. I'm going by myself because Jamie's headed up to Sheffield to visit with some friends, and then he's actually staying in England for another week. I'll be flying out on Saturday, so I kind of figured that it would be a fun opportunity to take you along with me for my 24 hours in London. I did ask for some recommendations on Instagram. I don't know how much I'm gonna get around to. It all depends on how I feel tomorrow and what the weather is like. But I kind of realized that this may be one of my last opportunities to do this type of thing on my own. To just have like 24 hours alone somewhere. I booked myself what I think is a nice hotel. We'll find out. Next time that we'll be visiting England, obviously, we'll have a baby with us. So it'll be a very different experience. Okay, so I know that I said today was gonna be exciting. I was gonna have a whole London itinerary. Yeah, it's not looking like that's gonna happen. I got here a couple hours ago and I got hit with like the biggest wave of exhaustion. Initially, I'm like, oh, I should be going out and doing stuff. And then I'm like, I am pregnant and I can give myself a little bit of a break. And also there's something kind of romantic about the idea of just like staying in a hotel room by yourself and maybe ordering room service. I don't think I've ever actually ordered room service. I did go out for lunch and I went to this place called Dishoom. The line was really big, but because I was dining by myself, I was able to get a seat like immediately at the bar. I will say that if you're looking for a food recommendation in London, it was some of the most delicious food I've ever had. Let me read to you what I got. So I got 2 dishes, the house chat. So it's golden fried sweet potato covered with cool yogurt, pomegranate, beetroot, radish, and carrot. And then I also got chili chicken, a plate of crispy garlic ginger soy chili chicken. It was so incredibly spicy, I could barely finish it, but it was so good, and the combination of both of those foods was just divine. I definitely am starting to feel slightly more uncomfortable as days go on and as my pregnancy progresses. I would say like the biggest thing is just I feel kind of like short of breath, especially after a big meal, which makes sense because there's just like less room in there for your lungs. It does kind of feel like if you're gonna stay in a hotel by yourself, you should wear a robe. I don't know, that just feels right. Also, I really thought for some reason that there would be a bathtub here, and I swear that's what I was looking forward to most. There isn't. Okay, I have my outfit for the evening. I am still very satisfied from my lunch. In fact, I would say I'm quite full. But maybe we can have a look at the room service menu and see if there's anything that's appealing. Okay, here we have the room service menu. Now, none of this is actually really standing out to me. I would probably get this, but at that point, I'm tempted to just get something else because it kind of feels like I would just get that for the sake of it. But I actually really weirdly don't like vegan cheese. I haven't really had any vegan cheese that I've loved, so I might pass on that. And I've mentioned in other vlogs that beef for me, especially beef burgers, is still up in the air in terms of how it sits in my stomach, I should say, because I think a beef burger was the last thing I ate before I got really sick in first trimester, and so I have not really been able to eat them since then. Okay, so I'm not very impressed by that room service menu. I will say. But I know I'm gonna want to eat at some point. So what I might end up doing is just ordering like Uber Eats or something, because honestly I just do not feel like going out. I may get a second wind, but I feel like it's just so busy right now. It's Christmas time, which usually I'd really be up for and I'd really be in the mood for. I think I'm just at that point with traveling right now where I'm just like, I have the idea in my head that I'm going home and I just like kind of ran out of steam. And I don't want to feel guilty about that. It's almost like I should challenge myself to do what I actually want to do, which is to stay in and just to relax and to just be cozy. We're bound to have days like that even when we're traveling. And again, I am almost 7 months pregnant. You'd think that at that point I could give myself a bit of a break. The thing with London that I do think is I will be back because Jamie's family's here, and I think I'm gonna listen to my body on this one. I guess this is turning into a spend 24 hours in a hotel room with me. It was supposed to be spend 24 hours gallivanting around London with me. Well, not 24 hours, but you get the idea. But it's not looking like that. A little fun detail that I forgot to mention about this hotel that I'm staying at is I didn't realize when I was booking, and this is my fault 100%, that the price was in US. And sometimes when I see that the price is in US, I'm like, it's not even that big of a difference, whatever. Sometimes it is, because when I saw it on my credit card, I was like, oh, I just set an alarm off. I didn't know what this string thing did, and I thought maybe it would help me turn some lights on because I couldn't figure out how to turn the lights on. But I've set off an alarm, so someone has to come turn it off. Okay, let's see what is on TV.
£28 on it. And then there's also for 70. Okay. Beadwork pockets.
I know this is kind of sad to say because we're only actually going to be apart for a week, but I really miss Jamie. It's like when you're doing things like this, vegging, relaxing, hang out in a hotel room, you really just want to be with your partner, don't you? Also, someone commented on one of my TikTok videos where I referred to Jamie as my partner and said, he's a man and he's your boyfriend. Just call him your boyfriend. It's funny to me how annoyed people get with things that have no bearing on any aspect of their life whatsoever. And I'll be honest, what happens immediately when I see comments like this is like all of the snarky responses I could make pop into my head, and then I'm just like, you know what, no. I generally try not to engage. But yeah, it's weird because Jamie is my fiance, like we are engaged, but I don't love using that word. I don't know why. I have nothing against it. It just doesn't feel right. I can't describe it. It doesn't feel like it accurately depicts our relationship, if that makes sense. And I don't really know what that means, but I just prefer partner. I don't know. I just find it interesting that people don't like that word. But yeah, I'm really missing him, and it reminds me of a time when Jamie and I were doing long distance and we would say bye to one another and it'd be like months before we'd see each other next. And just that like really melancholy, hollow feeling after you say bye to one another, even though it's only a week, it like is reminding me of that. And at this point, we're pretty used to spending time apart. There have been so many instances where we've had, you know, a week apart, 2 weeks apart, even a month apart in recent years. I don't know, I think the first just couple of hours are always kind of sad. The only thing that I could find on TV is One Tree Hill, which I'm surprised to see playing on English TV, and I don't know what season it is. One thing that I love to do is to see if shows that I used to watch or movies that I used to watch have stood the test of time, and I haven't ever rewatched One Tree Hill since it like came out or around that time when I initially watched it. My brother and I rewatched Dawson's Creek. I also watched Gilmore Girls, but like not rewatched. I never watched it growing up, so watching it for the first time went through a huge Gilmore Girls phase. But I haven't gotten back to One Tree Hill. It is currently 5 p.m. and I am seriously contemplating going to bed. I know I'll regret that though because I will wake up way too early, but I am seriously tired. Also, One Tree Hill is bringing me down memory lane. You know when you like watch something or you listen to something and it just brings you back to the time when you first watched it? I don't know what season it is, but it's at the part where Haley, I think she like went away on tour or something, and then she comes back and her and Nathan were like married, which is insane because they're so young. And now Nathan's like, I think we should get a divorce. It's all very dramatic. I got myself some food. Okay, so I've been seeing this all over TikTok. It's called Joe and the Juice. And I saw on maps that it was like right near where I'm staying. So I was like, okay, I'll try it. I don't really know if it's like a dinner food. This is a spicy tuna sandwich. And this is just a shake. I already had a few sips of this, and the shake itself is not great. At least it doesn't taste great. I'm sure it's healthy. I'm not gonna sugarcoat it, you guys. This does not taste very good. So I don't have high hopes at this point for the sandwich, but fingers crossed. Also, I had to get some more of these before I left England. It seemed only right. Okay, moment of truth. Ooh, okay, there we go. Okay, that is really good. Okay, friends, resuming our usual position, but now I think I'm gonna watch some Selling Sunsets and honestly probably go to bed. So thank you for watching this vlog. I'm sorry it wasn't perhaps the exciting London itinerary that you were anticipating, but sometimes you just gotta listen to yourself and have a cozy night in. I don't regret this. That is it, and I will see you in the next vlog.